rapists and robbers. They've been on the run since busting out of a maximum security prison.
I decided that I was going to escape or die trying. What else do I have to lose?
They killed a police officer in a very brutal fashion.
It was all or nothing at that point forward. If they cornered us in Texas, they would kill us.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Cops are here!
There's no turning back. I had accepted years ago that I belonged in prison for the crimes I committed. I believed that I had received too much time, which was 18 life sentences for the multiple robberies I committed back then. "270 calendar years before I'm eligible for parole." I looked at myself in the mirror and realized I'm either going to die only in prison or be killed. That's the day I decided that I was going to escape. When I made up my mind, I just opened my eyes to my environment in a way that I was ignoring for years because I didn't want to think that way. Watching the strengths and weaknesses from the whole unit, top to bottom.
They're looking for the opportunity to get out of there, and it's our responsibility to keep them in. There are 3 perimeter pickets that have the armed officers. The razor wire would be about 12 foot. In addition to that, you would have 1 roving patrol vehicle that would also be armed.
I met George before the summer of 1998. For some reason, when I looked at him, I just realized that this guy here would be, he'd be a big part of my life someday. Really did. I felt that connection.
Garcia, right?
Yeah, you're Rivas, right? I seen you in the maintenance.
How are you doing, brother?
I don't think I was actually thinking about escape at that time, but he was smooth, he was collective. He could tell you a pink pig. We just put our heads together and we just decided how was the best way to do it, jumping the fence or digging under the ground or all the common thing was just stupid. So we had to think of a much better plan.
The Conley unit has approximately 2,850 offenders. There's a little over 500 correctional officers. You would only have a fifth of that staff there at any one given time. They're greatly outnumbered.
We believe prison officers were trained not to resist if inmates take over by force. Just obey them. Don't put up a fight.
What if we take over the whole of the maintenance shop?
I wanted my freedom. I wanted my life. I wanted to live. That's it, man.
After much discussion, our plan was using force to take over the maintenance shop.
The most important thing is the people I selected. And I spent a short while conversing with prospects.
I needed men who would follow my orders.
All right, let's go over the plan one last time, yeah? All right. Maintenance shop. guardhouse, guard tower. Now we all take over the maintenance shop. After that, we divide up into 2 groups. The first group is myself, Harper, Murphy, and Newberry. We're gonna secure the guardhouse and the tower. After that, Team 2, Rodriguez, Alperin, Garcia. I want you to drive the truck out to the guardhouse and pick us up. We're gonna grab as many weapons as we can and bring it down.
So that was our plan. Objective 1, seize the maintenance shop. Objective 2, take over the guardhouse and tower. Once we had control of the tower, we could open the back gate and drive to freedom. Over the next few weeks, we were able to work out all the kinks in our plan to take over the whole maintenance shop.
Figured that as long as we took the whole thing over at lunchtime and then proceeded to take or subdue every officer that returned, we would escape from there.
We established hiding spots for the materials we needed, and we practiced takedowns.
Arm comes up, lock, takedown. Yes.
So make sure you know what you gotta do. Plain and simple.
Jesus, thank you for this food we're about to have.
The night before, we ate a big spread.
Please give us strength.
We had a prayer together.
Show us the light, so that tomorrow we may walk as free men.
We even kept our spirituality in this. You know, God was the main focal point. You know, we actually believed that God was helping us through this. That he was going to give us this. This was our blessing.
Amen.
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 Amen. Amen.
Toast to freedom, gentlemen.
Oh, to freedom.
To freedom.
Freedom.
I stretched. Then I got ready for bed and laid down early. And tried to get all the sleep I could that night. On and off. It's just nervous. You know, I keep waking up, and of course I had to escape on my mind. And it just continued throughout the night.
The next morning, I felt at peace. I got enough sleep. I was restful. This is going to happen. You know, we have to do it.
5:36 in the morning, got up. I was still scared and nervous because today we're gonna leave.
When they called breakfast time, I got up to get ready, but I didn't go to breakfast because I felt I couldn't eat at the time.
We were waiting for that 11 o'clock hour where it was time to go to lunch and just biding our time.
The other men, they all look like deers caught in headlights. Their eyes are all huge. I imagine mine were too.
Lunchtime, guys. Move it.
We'll stay behind and seal the floor in the machine room.
Sounds good.
One way or the other is going to be over that day. It's hard to explain, really, but I was going to escape or die trying.
Hey, boss.
You guys done yet?
Pretty much.
George tells me what you got, but hey, can you help us? We got a problem back here with the electric room.
I told them when you see me lay hands on the first officer, there's no turning back. It was all or nothing at that point forward.
He's a big man. They have trouble with him. So I run back there.
He fought us. All 7 of us.
Rodriguez hits him upside the head.
settled down after that.
So, we tied him up and took him back to the electrical room.
At this point now, it's just waiting for the other officers to come back.
Hey guys, we got a problem with this motor. We need some help to move it.
2, 3, a couple of times, 4 at a time. Standing order for the day was
Just take them down. They just kept coming back. Adrenaline was going.
At one time, I think we had 4 of these matches going on.
And that's a lot of guys to take down at one time.
Different employees reacted different ways.
There was a couple instances that could have easily lost control in the situation.
Several of them were stripped of some of their clothes, gagged around their eyes and face. I'm sure the employees were terrified.
It was very exhausting. It went on for a long time. We were fighting for maybe more than an hour.
You want to see your family again, man? You just keep cool.
what else I have to lose?
Harper, you have the keys?
Once they took control, they were able to get to the key to get to the sensitive tools. Hacksaw blades, cutting torches, things like that that could be used to facilitate an escape.
I told Rodriguez,
You just watch them and make sure nobody's trying to get free.
because the electrical room is very sensitive. It has a whole bunch of alarms. You know, the alarms go off. One building gets, hold of it, they'll call us, hey, what's the problem?
My specific role was to prepare the truck with the secret compartment.
I had everything already cut.
While I was preparing the truck, Michael Rodriguez was assigned to keep an eye on the men that we had stuffed in the closet. And when he could hear noises.
One of the officers that I specifically warned the guys about carried his knife in his boot. They did not check it.
We gotta open this door before he sets everybody free. Hurry up, man. Come on, we gotta get in here. Get that open. Come on, man. They're pushing it. Get in there.
When we were able to open the door, the captured put their backs into the door and refused a sentry.
Come on, we gotta get in there now, guys. Come on, get it open.
They were setting off the fire alarm from within.
When the fire alarm signal went off, the employee called out to maintenance.
Dude was starting to panic.
Get off the door!
Newberry puts his foot in between the door jamb, gets it caught. He thought he broke his leg. This could be the point where everything fails.
What's going on? They're not gonna get out. Go man the phones! Don't answer.
It's a false alarm.
A lot of those fire alarms go off when there's too much dust collected in the sensor and things like that. That employee gets used to finding out that it's not really a fire. And silencing the alarm.
So they believed it. But I knew we had to leave. We could only do that for so long.
We just took down the whole maintenance shop building. Objective number 1 was complete. Objective number 2, take over the back gatehouse and tower.
I called the back gate and the back tower.